Hey everybody, I hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome back to Let's Play Siralim Ultimate. Now, last episode, I made the big decision to take Shimmer off. That's correct. We are giving up a 90% global across the board damage reduction. We're just giving it up. Why would we do something so foolhardy? Well, it's because I wanted to have Firestarter active, mainly because I just really got fed up with having to deal with the enemies that keep resurrecting, and now that is just permanently dealt with, at least in most situations. Now, the downside is that it makes it a lot more, it makes the game a lot more challenging, and I did say that we will keep this set up for about 10 episodes to see what happens. Now, there's one thing we could do to improve our survivability a little bit, which is we have a netherstone. I mean, this one just gives straight damage reduction, but it would only apply to one creature. But then this one, Dreams of Ice. After your creatures are healed, they gain 25% defense, and we do get healed pretty often, especially with the Archangel's Blessing triggering fairly often, just automatically in long fights. This is something to consider, but I'm hoping that we can survive without even needing that. Now, one other thing to mention is that the bonuses at the different guilds do go all the way to 90%, but you need to have a very high reputation level. I think 2700 is when you hit the maximum. But theoretically, if you hit level 2700 with the Nature Guild plus level 2700 with the Life Guild, then the combination of those two, a 90% reduction in indirect damage plus a 90% reduction in attack and spell damage, would add up to the same damage reduction that Shimmer was giving you, because I don't think there's any type of damage that is neither attack and spell nor indirect. In fact, I think indirect damage is basically just a catch-all category for anything that isn't attack damage or spell damage. I mean, I say that as though it's easy to do. All you have to do is get level 2700 with both of these guilds, when the highest we have is 700 with one guild, and that's despite the fact that we've only been doing that one guild. So obviously, it's not gonna be easy to do. However, you don't need to get it all the way to 90%. For instance, even the 26% that we have, I feel like it's doing a pretty good job for us. And it's maybe part of the reason why I feel like we can survive even with taking Shimmer off. And the more false gods we kill, obviously, the higher we'll get that. It'll be slow to get it high, but the you just got to keep playing. You just got to keep slowly building up that platform. Now, one thing we have to do is in this episode, we've got to get the material for Ugat, which is going to be from the Cutthroat Jungle, and then we are going to be very close to finishing off the God spawns. Handful of trinkets, alright. We've already donated, right? Let's buy the Heart of Ugat. And let's continue on this realm. Alright. Right, we got... let's take a look at our Rune of Prophecies. Oh yeah, okay, we had to do some gambling. We'll do that when we get back home. And I think everything else is... And we've also got to fight a god, Siralim. We'll fight her as well. When we get back. Do we have to do Riddle Dwarf questions? We do, okay. Bastion of the Void. I always get... Oh god, I always get these two mixed up. I think... Shit. So, whoa, which one was which? Erebus? I feel like... Hang on a second. Why am I... I mean, you can see the confusion. They sound kind of the same, Erebus and Tenebrous. I'm gonna have to look this up. Wow, usually I'm really good at these god questions, but this one's really stumping me. Of the Void... God, what? A list of gods and which realm they belong to. Please shut up. Erebus is the Path of the Damned. Tenebrous is Bastion of the Void. I mean, that's the other part of it, is that Path of the Damned and Bastion of the Void, even thematically, kind of sound like they're the same. Like, you know, vaguely unsettling, you know, creepy kind of names. So that was that one kind of stumped me, alright? But at least we got it correct, and we can move on. We can move on. Alright. Let's carry on. Do we have to find buried treasure? We do. Okay. 3 of those. Alright, we can do that. We can do that. Grab that. We've got to do the mini quest in this realm as well, which is we've got to give... I think we've got to give like mushrooms, different colored mushrooms to these people. So they want rainbow mushrooms. Alright, that one house is done. We've got 2 more. And we have to find the map for the buried treasure. And, oh hey! Well, this is a bright start to the episode. The card for the Malu Orphan. Did that drop? I think that dropped from the creatures themselves, but we're not going to be able to look it up because I stupidly started another battle, and now I don't think you can look up the old battle. I think you can only look up the most recent battle. That's okay. Like, it doesn't really matter where the card dropped from. I just, for my own purposes, I like knowing whether it dropped from the creature itself or from, you know, like a loot drop. But you know, that's fine. That's given us card number 668. The next milestone obviously is going to be 700, 700, which is pretty far away, admittedly, but might not be that far. Oh, and I let this treasure golem slip through, but luckily he wasn't very good at fleeing. Yeah. Even Torin disapproves of killing treasure golems, but hey, we get something out of it, so that makes it okay. That makes it okay. All right. Where is this treasure map? Where have... Oh, okay, there's a whole... There, oh my god, there's a whole bunch... There's a whole bunch of areas. A whole segment of this map that we have not seen. Right, who are you? You are the Imp Master, and this is in fact going to be our 10th victory against you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a Clayman. Excuse me. That sneeze kind of snuck up on me. But now we can transmogrify into imps. So good job to us. Ooh, there's the map. That's our final achievement for the Imp Master. God, where's it? Where are all these rainbow... like, here's one group of rainbow mushrooms. There we go. Yeah, so we need one more set of rainbow mushrooms to complete the mini quest. Alright. Alright. Grab that. And, you know what, let's even get some summoning done. I really do want to get this brownie set completed. That'll be another, you know, little symbolic moment when that happens. Bit of a milestone. The entire first page of the card album will be a complete. Ooh, another mimic. Oh hey, we've got another treasure golem. Happy about that. Where are these rainbow mushrooms? Maybe I already picked them up and then just didn't notice, or maybe they're somewhere else. All right. Take these dudes out. Take you out. And you... We've already found one card for the episode, which means we've already hit our quota. But there's no reason we couldn't try to get more. Alright, let's beat this innocent creature to death, and what do we get? Nothing. Right, that's okay. That's fine. Have we found a rainbow mushroom? Because I don't think there's anywhere left for us to go. If there's a rainbow mushroom to find, we've surely picked it up. So let's see if maybe we can talk to this house and give them what they need. Hang on, I just gotta in just a moment have a bit of water, because my throat is feeling a little bit dry. Just a wee bit. There we go. And that gives us a bit of a favor with the torn, or I really do need to have a bit of water. Okay, that feels a little bit better. And I think we're just gonna head to the exit, and we'll kill just however many of these guys we can come across along the way. But yeah, I think if we can just keep boosting our... to go back to an earlier... the earlier thing I was talking about, with giving up Shimmer, if we can just keep boosting our reputation with the Nature Guild, we'll get our indirect damage reduction up. I'm less worried about attack damage and spell damage, because I think the most dangerous enemy to fight is probably Vlora the Nether Boss, because she does scripted damage that is a percentage of her health, and she's probably gonna have like billions, maybe not billions, but like health in the hundreds of millions probably. So if you don't have some really strong defense, there are some forms of defense that can make certain creatures just completely immune to indirect damage. I think, in certain instances. Like if you have certain buffs, I think. Like you have to use tricks like that to beat her. That's the main one I'm worried about. So the next time we have to fight Vlora, oof, it's gonna be rough. One thing that would help when fighting Vlora is... yeah, let's just get this fight done early. One thing that would help when fighting Vlora is... oh boy. Let's do a bit of this. Excuse me? Uh-oh. Are we... oh god, are we just gonna die? Are we just eek. They attacked 3 of their allies! 3 of their allies, jeesh. Do we have Life Orb? We do have Life Orb, okay. Alright. Oh my god. Okay, this could be a... I mean... I immediately am regretting taking Shimmer off. Wow, wow. Alright, let's try and hit them. Why is it... okay. You know what? Let me do... this is probably horrible. Because I do not want my animators to... excuse me, what? Like... Oh god, I do not want my animators to take another turn, basically. Okay. He's recovering too much health. Yeah, just do Clayman again. There we go. This should be enough to take him out. Wow, okay. Oof, that's... Dude, that is painful. That is painful. There's no way we can beat Vloro without Shimmer. In fact... Ooh, our enemies are fused with Harpies again. Hello. There's no way we could beat Vloro without Shimmer. In fact, even Ramses is a fight that would be made a lot easier if we did have Shimmer. I mean, I'm glad that we somehow were able to win. But, definitely, we are in for a more dangerous time while we're not using Shimmer. Alright. So we do have to keep getting these guys. Now the good thing is, that this round, most of the enemies are just going to kill themselves like this. And that should speed things up for us a little bit. Oof. Now that was one of the rare instances where the Nature Guild damage reduction isn't helping us, because what we were taking in that battle wasn't indirect damage, it was direct attack damage from our own people against us. Well, hang on, wasn't there either a trait or an anointment which says your creatures can't do damage to each other, or if they try to damage each other, they heal. They heal themselves instead. I'm not, like, I wish I could remember what it was. That would be one way to deal with Ramses, if we had that as a, like, a bonus trait. Alternatively, I mean, you could just bring Shimmer. Ooh, now this is gonna be our 50th win against the Leech Master. Alright. Let's do a bit of this, do a bit of this action. Oh yeah, they had extra health in this realm, which is... probably why Ramses was so difficult to take down, because anytime he takes damage, he heals back 15% of his health. So if you're not doing more than 15% of his health in the damage that you're doing, you're basically just giving him free fucking... What? Man. You're basically giving him free healing, and maybe these guys were doing the same thing. Whatever they were doing, it was pretty annoying. They have extra health. And our stats are swapped. Okay. Hey, an exotic realm. Toyland Amalgamation. Well, that was quick. Alright. Yeah, this Harpy fusion is pretty great for the enemies to have. While they have it, let's just take full advantage of this and summon lots of people at the candle. You know, just to get some extra value out of the fact that most of the time our enemies are just going to be killing themselves. And on the rare instances that they don't, we can just punch them. And it won't even take that much longer. God, I love harpies, man. I love for my enemies to be harpies. I should make that clarification. Harpies are the best. They really are. Alright. There is a little bit left to do in this realm. And a few of these guys left to kill. Hello! Okay, our second card for the episode, and this one comes from some random loot. The Nephilim Sorcerer, no partial bonus, but you know, that's another card drop all the same. Takes us to 669. 669. Nice. And ooh, what? Hello, what? Don't know why we missed our turns. Probably had something to do with the harpies blinding us, if I had to guess. Excuse me. So that's 2 cards we found so far. Neither of them are the one card that we've been looking for. I see, the fact that we had Fire Devil's Rage made this fight a lot more nice, because against those blessed creatures, they would normally have been resurrecting, which would have made that fight go much longer. But because we had... Sorry, did I say Fire Devil's Rage? I meant to say Fire Starter. Because we had Fire Starter, they were on fire from the beginning of the fight. And so, it doesn't matter if the realm says that you're resurrecting on death, it doesn't matter if you have rebirth, it doesn't matter if you have some resurrection related trait, you are simply not resurrecting. Except for if you're a false god. Then apparently there's a hidden exception to that rule. Either a hidden exception or a bug. I'm not sure what it is, because I don't think it says anywhere in the game rules that bosses are supposed to be immune to this. Hey, one of these dudes get a minion, okay. But yeah, none of these guys. The reason I think it might be a bug is because Nether bosses aren't immune to burn their corpses. Neither are the gods at the Gate of the Gods. So if those guys, and those are both like proper boss fights, if those things are being considered, you know, situations where it's okay to stop them from resurrecting, then why wouldn't it apply to false gods as well? Right, I think we're done with this. Go to a new... Actually, let's head home first, because we've got to do some gambling, and we've got to fight a boss. Yeah. Let's get Siralim killed pretty quickly. At the start of battle, your creatures gain this stuff, and always have all other buffs. Yeah, let's quickly take her out. Let's fight with honor and courage. Please stop. Thank you. Let's do a dispel. We didn't really need a dispel because they were on fire, but I guess it's fine anyway. Let's do some roots. And let's do it the old-fashioned way. Actually, let's start buffing the Dread White, I think. That'll be maybe the quicker way to... finish this. Feign death. And you're dead. You're dead, son. There we go. And we get nothing interesting. But we completed our task. We also have to do some gambling, which is we got to play some Keno and some Siralim. Alright. Sounds pretty good. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's play Siralim first, just because it's the longest one. Let's get it out of the way. We do need to keep finding more notoriety for... Like, we have more than enough tickets to get the remaining notoriety that we need. I think we need maybe like 150,000 more. But I'm really only doing it when we have like a specific objective to. Here we go. We got a bit of notoriety in the end. That's pretty good. And we do need to play some Keno. Alright, that's pretty good. Another 1,200. That's pretty nice. Let's take a look at our rune. Any other things that need our immediate attention? I don't think so. I think now we just gotta go through the realms. We gotta take out some sorcery, some death, some chaos creatures. So we should probably work on that. Yeah, we should do that. We'll do that. Alright. Gotta concentrate. Any second now. There we go. We go to a random realm. And let's see what we find. Right, we're back here. Enemies are fused with leeches. And it's an okay realm, all things considered. Ooh, yeah. See, we're actually taking damage. Because enemies have more damage dealt, and we have more damage taken. And there's reflect damage, and they're strong against death. So kind of a rough place for us to be in. These leech traits are kind of annoying. God, it's pretty scary playing this game without Shimmer. But like we got, I believe the hard part in this episode is obviously going to be that fight against Ramses. I don't think any of these just random trash mobs, like, even though it looks scary, I don't think they're gonna have a chance to take us out. So, you know, it's just let's just have faith in our abilities, right? Just gotta have some confidence, right? All right, take you out. All right, so we gotta take out some chaos creatures, some sorcery creatures, some death creatures. Ooh, there's a treasure golem. I wonder... So you can forfeit a fight against a treasure golem. I wonder if it's possible to just legitimately lose a fight against a treasure golem. For example, through reflect damage. Or some other combination of realm properties, like you've got a fusion as well. You don't have a fusion. So it would have to be purely through... Like, maybe you had a Tanukruk, you killed the rest of your party, and then you reflected damage and you killed yourself. I wonder if that is possible. Let's do a bit of Clayman, just to make sure we do this. And we get nothing for our troubles. That's okay. Alright. Take you out. Alright. And take you out. Oof, oh god. I am so not used to that, like enemies actually damaging a member of my party. And not even... I guess this kind of is like a mini boss encounter, but still. That is really rough. But I prefer this. I prefer enemies doing a lot more damage to me compared to them just having a lot of like defensive buffs. Right, so let's get the death guys done first. Ooh, they attack. Aha. They've got a Dread White in their party, but the Dread White is already on fire, means they're dead. Means they're dead. Alright. Take you out. You out. Take you out. And I think pretty soon we should be done fighting death creatures. Maybe a little bit longer. But you are the Angel Master. Many people scoff at angels, believing they're too basic to be useful in battle. I'll show everyone how wrong they are. Let's start with you. Alright. Let's try and win. Easy. 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 Very easy. That gives us a nether stone. Let me just quickly snap a picture of this. And let's... Oh, sorry. Nearly knocked my mic off the table. That would have been horrible. Yeah. That's our 9th victory against the Angels. And we don't need to take a picture of that because we know it's got a low enough rarity, alright? Yeah, that leech trait and them getting their health back is pretty annoying. It's the same thing Ramses was doing, and it's just really annoying. Oh, and alright, I'll get this as well. This is why, by the way, I was considering just giving up on the Goblet of Trials, just because we're getting piety through just finding nether stones. And through the Goblet of Trials, we're getting about like 27,000 to 30,000 extra piety every 7 realms, which is a good amount. But it's also a pretty big inconvenience to have to reroll it, especially because I'm not playing with other classes yet. I want to playing the game in a kind of a depth first way. Like I want to go really deep with the animator, and I want to use the animator, a class that I know how to play really well, to lay the platform for all of the other specializations. Because if I start setting up other specializations, it might take a lot of tinkering before we can even put together a build that can comfortably play on 5 instability while also being able to take on every single false god, every single Nether Boss, almost every single Xantai fight. That's one thing we take for granted with this build. It's like, yeah, it's maybe not the highest damage output, maybe not, definitely not the most survivability, but it can take on every single thing that the game throws at you. You might need to modify things here and there, like to fight Saint Althea, you've got to bring in Arrogance as Confidence. If we're fighting Valora, or I guess next time we're fighting Ramses, I'll put Shimmer back on. But it can take on every single thing that the game is trying to throw at you, which is pretty good thing, pretty good quality for a build to have, in my opinion. And playing with this character, it's been hundreds of episodes, but we've accumulated a lot of anointments. We've got a lot of reputation with the Nature Guild, and thanks to all of that reputation that this class has earned just by fighting false gods over and over again, thanks to that, now every single class is gonna have a permanent 26% reduction in indirect damage, which is pretty huge. Are we done with this realm? I think we're done. Alright. We could do some more farming, but let's just go to a new realm. Let's concentrate hard This is one thing I'll never compromise on. I do like getting good item bonuses for myself. Ooh, and look at this. A resurrect a resurrect on Death Realm that we just don't have to worry about at all because we have Firestarter. It's just a thing of beauty. What else? They've got minions and they're inhabited by Reapers. That's interesting. So they could potentially, if somebody casts Clayman a bunch of times but we don't heal, they could kill us because our percentage health was low. But they would have to get their turn. And ideally we just want to be killing them before they even take their turn, right? That's how it usually goes. Okay, one of these. Okay, we can keep opening chests until we get an insult. I believe you always find treasure on the first chest you open. And we suck. God damn it, Crispy. God dang it, Crispy. It's okay, at least we got some treasure out of that. Ooh, you're a mimic. What are enemies fused with? Soul flares, okay. Alright. Alright, 170 exactly. Alright. Right on the cusp. So I am gonna have to take a picture of this. That's level 59 with Generos. It'll be fun when we start hitting level 60 with these gods, because they should have like a nice, interesting bonus at level 60. Let's make our donation as well. You know what, let's get some creature summon. So we are done with death creatures. Now we need chaos and sorcery. So let's get some carvers. Oh, look at all these enemies who thought they were gonna resurrect after being killed, and instead are just being sent directly to the afterlife. Oh, what a sad time for them. End of turn cast as well. I mean, I guess they're not even taking their turns, but if they were taking their turns, they wouldn't be able to cast because they're silenced. Ah, what a sad day for them. Alright. Let's see how far we are from completing the objective to kill chaos creatures. Not that far, but also not that close. Alright. Some more Reapers. Don't mind me. Just coming through. Even more Reapers, alright. The realm was inhabited by them, so shouldn't be surprised. This is their home after all, alright. There's a master as well, somewhere in this realm. Even more reapers. Alright. And take some more of these guys out. And hopefully we can complete the objective for chaos creatures in this realm, and then we can do the sorcery creatures next realm, and then we'll be done. Then we can go back to farming things in alphabetical order, which is what I like. Ooh, you. Well, actually, first let's kill these guys. You are the Warhog Master. Warhogs afflict deadly ailments, then they grow more powerful. Alright. That sounds like a very viable strategy against anybody who isn't me. Sadly though, you are in fact fighting me, so my condolences. Anyway, let's keep on moving through. Got another group of these guys done. And I believe that is that prophecy objective done. Now we only have sorcery creatures, and in fact, while... oh, and that's the 9th achievement for that as well. While we go through the rest of this realm, might as well just get some undying chimeras. To make a bit of progress on the sorcery thing. I won't kill all of them. I'll just kill however many of them are in the way. And then we'll finish the realm. Move on to the next realm and have a good time. Let me just see, how are we for time? We are already 52 minutes. The time has really flown by. Alright. How are we for sorcery creatures though? Let's see how far away we are. Pretty far, so it's good that we're making better progress in this realm. Oh, hey, a riddle dwarf. Don't mind if I do. More of these carvers. Don't mind fighting them because, I mean, we don't need them for the prophecy objective anymore, but we could still get a card. And of course, from just about any of these creatures, we could still find a skin. In fact, I don't even necessarily know if there's a single type of creature in this game, like a single race, where we've found every single skin that we can find. Just because skins are that rare. I'm willing to bet that for every single creature that we can summon at the candle, there's still skins to be found. Blood spray... oh, hang on. I'm guessing death? But there's a chance that it could be nature. Hang on. Blood spray is a death class spell. Do we need... oh boy. 5 riddle dwarves? That's a lot. We might not be able to finish that objective, actually, now that I'm looking at it. But no harm trying our best while we can. Alright. Kill a few more of these dudes. And we'll do one more realm. Where's the exit? Where is the exit? We'll do one more realm, but am I just gonna give up on the Goblet of Trials? No, not yet. Not yet. I will keep rolling it for now. Even though I'm really tempted to just completely give up on it, at least until we start playing other classes. Then we won't have to roll it, then we could just switch to other classes. But it would only be classes for which we've come up with builds that we know can not only clear instability 5, but also, in case we come across like false gods or bosses, we'd be able to kill those as well. Start another assassination. Are we done with the trolls? Not quite. Final troll. And I'm probably gonna have to put this video on pause while we deal with this. So just give me a moment. Nearly 30,000, alright. Yeah, I'll roll it once, just so you can see how long this takes. And how, therefore, long it would take to roll it potentially dozens of times. See, this is how long it takes, right? So this is why I have been pausing it, and this is why I'm going to pause it right now, right? I'll see you in a bit. In literally the very next roll, we got it done. So last time it took 10 minutes, this time it took 10 seconds. Such is the nature of RNG. Alright, let's hope that we get this done. This bonus rolled relatively quick. 352 is acceptable. Good enough to take with us into a random realm. And we're not gonna have a false god fight, not in this episode at least, because are gonna be ending after. Oh hey, we randomly got sent back to the Arachnid Nest. This is gonna be interesting. And they're fused with chimeras. Which would have been... which once upon a time would have been really annoying. We would have had to put on our Fire Devil's Rage macro. These blessed creatures would have been annoying because they would have started resurrecting. Oh hey! I didn't even see what the realm quest was. But whatever it was, we just completed it. Oh, this is useless. Well, strictly speaking, not useless, because we are gaining some knowledge with these creatures, but it's not like it's not like having that knowledge actually helps us. So, you know what? That's okay. Enemies have popped out of the cocoon. We're attacking. Get the bad outcome out of that one. That's okay. get some loot out of you. That's good. Alright. Take these dudes out. And how close are we to completing the objective for sorcery creatures? Very close, actually. In fact, hopefully we find the 3 more that we need in this realm. I think we did. Yeah, we did it. So we can go back to summoning things in alphabetical order, like I enjoy. But I'm so used to only coming to the Arachnid Nest for boss fights that part of me still is being like, where's the boss? Where's the boss? But there is no boss. We just randomly got sent to this realm because we were doing random rounds, right? So there's that. Interesting to see which master we're fighting and whether it's one that we've already hit level 50 with, or if there are more that remain. Alright, I'm gonna have to take a picture of you as well. Alright. Take you guys out. Take you dudes out. We already found 2 cards this episode, but I would very much appreciate specifically these brownies dropping a card, because I do want to complete this set. I do like completing card sets. You know, finding random cards is all well and good, but completing card sets is just a very satisfying thing. Alright. Take these dudes out. I guess it was too much to ask that we go through an entire episode without finding any protected enemies. They didn't even have the decency to give us something special. Alright. So we're gonna be fighting the Gorgon Master, who we are level 49 with. Okay. So here's what I'll do. I'll do a bit this. Jeez, my Animatus is just in a very punchy kind of mood. But I'll actually try and kill them. Do we have less healing? We do have less healing. That's annoying. Feign death. That should be enough. There we go. So now we're level 50 with those guys. And I really am curious to see what happens when you fight masters after having reached level 50. Does the game say anything? Is there any sort of acknowledgement? I mean, I say that because once you hit level 50, I think that might be the max level, because the game, instead of you know, just a regular icon, and a regular icon and a number, it just puts a star. The fact that there's no number on it must mean that it's just the maximum. Mastery 50, and then, yeah, the number's gone, there's just a star next to it. That must mean that we are at the maximum level, but the only way to confirm that for sure would be to fight one after having already hit level 50. It'll happen eventually, maybe even in the next episode, we'll see. And if it turns out that there's no point to fighting them after level 50, other than just getting more of their trait materials, then it might even be time to start doing boss fights in some other realm. Although this is such a good realm because you've got Blight, you've got Snare, you've got realm objects that increase your health. Is there any other realm that's gonna be this good? I mean, we can blight enemies ourselves, we can snare enemies ourselves. It's just that the realm is doing it for us at the start of the fight. I know the Cutthroat Jungle does snare enemies. There must be other realms that blight enemies. Are there any realms where it's both blight and snare? I wonder. Anyway, let's just kill these final enemies and then we can head home. And we can call it good. Take you out. Take you out. Alright. The exit is all the way down there. Alright. So let's go home. Let's hand in whatever project we just completed and let's get ready to wrap up. Alright. Keyforge. Start new Keyforge. How's our Rune of Prophecies looking? It's looking decent, but we can definitely do better. I'm sure we have, yeah, a fight against Caliban immediately coming up. We'll do that in the next episode, obviously, because we're done with this one. In fact, I think we'll have back-to-back boss fights, because we'll have Caliban, and then at 1455 we'll have another boss fight. So I'll just roll myself a nice bonus. 365 is good enough. And one final thing to do is we need to crush some of these. And now I gotta start taking a look at a sparkling globe. Rarity. What? Rarity 178. Okay. This is the one. Then a twinkling jewel of rarity 170. Just had the one on top. Then a shimmering sphere rarity 195. Oop. This is the one, yep. Then a sparkling stone, rarity 206. Yep, this is the one. A twinkling trinket, rarity 189. And now we're done. And that's definitely given us more piety than we got for handing in the Goblet of Trials. So yeah, that's something to consider. Also, we have enough piety to do something else at the goblet if we, sorry, at the reliquary if we want. So, God. Let's go for healing bonus. Let's go for attack damage, and let's see if... Man, I don't know. I think at this point, I did say that I was just going to increase these evenly, but I'm worried that some of these are just going to be like a scam. Like, I'm worried that relic attack damage is just going to be like a waste, and that you know, I'll look it up and they'll be like, oh, you should never put points into it. It's useless. So I'm actually going to hold on to my piety for now. I'll wait on that. I'll wait on that. But yeah. Let's just reflect on what we accomplished this episode, and let's wrap things up. So let's look at some of the achievements that we got. You know, beating some more masters. We're hitting level 10 with quite a few of them. The Master of Imps being the most recent one. Hit level 9 with a lot of them. We found a couple cards. I think one of them from a creature and one of them from random loot, or potentially both of them from loot. I didn't get to check the first one. Puts us at 669, which is pretty nice. Also, we fought and killed Ramses for the 8th time, and that was actually pretty scary. That was actually the best indication so far that taking off Shimmer really does make us a lot more vulnerable. It was exciting as well. I actually then had to think about how I was going to play that. And I think on balance it does make the game more fun, because it makes everything else more convenient, but then it makes the big fights more dangerous. So even if the big fights take a little bit longer, because of the time you've saved from everything else, just because of it being, you don't have to worry about resurrections, you know, it's just a source of anxiety that's just completely gone. And then the big fights that are supposed to be dangerous are actually now a bit more dangerous. So I think it's just a win-win. Like, it might seem like it's a bad thing that boss fights are dangerous, but I see it as a good thing. I see it as a good thing. And of course, if we're really, really struggling, we do always have the option that we can just go to our anointments. We can take off Firestarter. We can put Shimmer back on. Right? We do always have that option. But let's see how far we can go without it. There's another full episode that we survived without Shimmer. It was scary, but we did it. And let's see how far we can keep going. And with that, I think it is time for me to say thank you so much for watching. Hope you had a good time. Hope you'll join me in the next episode as well. And until then, take care.